Canada is at war, my friends. We have technocrats coming out in big numbers to force people in their homes, as we've reported, as we see natural disaster after natural disaster blasting off worldwide. Madrid, Texas, New Mexico, again with new emergency orders in California over forest fires. Milwaukee has made a state of emergency. We saw one in New York recently. We're seeing them in British Columbia, in Manitoba, in Nova Scotia. And of course, this has led to insane provisions where men are getting fined $28,000, nearly $29,000 for going outside in the wilderness under forest fire restrictions. But these are climate lockdowns, my friends. And of course, do as we say, not as we do kind of mentality is coming out of this. Police are allowed to ride bikes around the wilderness looking for people who might be doing the dangerous activity of riding bikes so they could get arrested and forced into their home. And it's not just happening in Nova Scotia, my friends. There's a lot of irony to a lot of this, is that there's another guy, a Canadian guy who's a volunteer firefighter who set 30 fires in a month. 30 fires in a month. It led to death. It led to a massive emergency order responses. He never got a fine. He got 18 months of probation, 200 hours of community service. Okay, so they have a hiking ban. They have a riding a bicycle ban that you can't drive on country roads that might lead to your home, stranding some people in fires, by the way, while they are basically setting the stage for bad actors to set fires for political reasons now, to instill these Canadian lockdowns. And they are lockdowns because they are the shift into 15-minute cities and keeping people in their neighborhood, keeping people not just in their neighborhood, but in their home. And also, this does not just apply to Crown land, as they call it, public lands, public parks, national parks. It also applies to private property. You have a bunch of trees on your property and you go walking in the trees, you could be fined up to nearly $29,000. And by the way, they're banning camping because of these fires, unless you go to a campground, a government one, and pay them. So apparently, fires don't start when you pay the government.